Okay, the basic way of solving this problem is to draw a timeline. So let me draw a timeline first, and then I'll start reading the problem. The first point in the timeline is time 0, right? So your father deposits 12 lakhs on retirement, 12 lakhs on retirement, in a bank which pays 10% annual interest. How much can you withdraw annually for a period of 10 years? So it's a 10-year problem, so n equal to 10 years. So this is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, say this is 9 and 10, right? So let me write that at least a few. This is today 0 1 2 and dot 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 at the end. This is 10. Now first identify, it's a present value or future value problem. Your father deposits 12 lakhs. So when it is deposited, your father has deposited today, so 12 lakhs must be here, right? So 12 lakhs must be here at time 0. And what actually the question is asking, the question is asking, if this amount is deposited at 10%, then you want to withdraw certain amount annually, right, for 10 years. How much can you withdraw? That means it is asking an annuity, right? So if you deposit 12 lakhs today, right, then you start withdrawing at the end of every year for 10 years. How much you can withdraw if your deposit earns a return of 10%? So the value accumulates here, right? What you have to calculate is the annuity figure. So that is why it is a present value problem, and as this problem, it's a special case of annuity problem, right, in present value calculation, so we call it present value of an annuity problem. So how do we calculate PVA? Equal to, if I use the table, annuity into PVIFA, and in this case it is 10%, this case it is 10%, and the 10 year is 10 years, right? So my present value of an annuity is given, that is 12 lakhs. 12 1 2 3 4 5 12 lakhs, that is equal to annuity you have to calculate, and this PVIFA 10% 10 years, I think we should get in the table, right? Go to PVIFA table, present value of an interest factor table, right, and you have to find out 10% 10 years. See, this is my 10 years, right, and this is my 10%, so 6.145. 6.145 is the number. So if I write 6.145 equal to A into 6.145, right, so only one unknown is this A. I can solve A from this equation. So if I solve, it will come 1,95,281. So my A is 1,95,000, 1,95,281. This is going to be my A, or annuity. So first we figure out the problem in a timeline, right, and then we understand whether it's a present value or future value problem, and then we start solving it, applying. Once we identify, then it becomes very easy, right? Next problem, suppose after reviewing your budget, you have determined that you can afford to pay 12,000 per month for 3 years towards a new car. You call a car finance company and learn that going rate of interest in the car finance is 1.5% per month for 36 months. How much can you borrow? Now see, this is a problem given in months. Now we were doing it in years. There is a problem given in month, no problem. So this is a problem for 36 time period. So it starts from 1 2 3 and it will go till 36. So if I write, this is my time 0, this is 1, this is 2, and this is 36, right? So these time frames are months, so my interest rate has to be per month. Now in this kind of a time value of money problem, it is equivalent to 18% for 1 year compounded annually. That is equivalent to 1.5% for 1.5% per month, right, compounded monthly. Because suppose it is compounded monthly or discounted monthly, then I have to divide it with the frequency of discounting or compounding and increase the number of years by that. So First, fit the problem in a timeline. Reviewing your budget, you have determined that you can afford to pay 12,000 per month. So your affordability is 12,000 per month. I'm writing 12k. So every month you are actually able to pay 12,000 for 36 months, right? So what is this? This is my annuity. Question is, this particular question is that this is what you can afford, right? For 36 months, and you want to buy a car, and a car finance is available at 1.5% per month interest, right? So this is your monthly potential, and 1.5% is the monthly rate of interest, right? The question is, how much actually can you borrow? So you want to buy a car, so how much can you borrow? When we borrow, right, we first borrow here, and then we pay these equated monthly installments. So this amount accumulates at time 0, so that is why it's a present value problem. Now as these are 12,000 equal amount for 36 months, so this must be a present value of an annuity problem, right? Now see, in this case my applicable interest rate is 1.5%. now when I go to the table, then see my table actually does not give me something in fraction. It is 1%, 2%, 3%, but 1.5% is not here. So table I cannot apply here. I have to use my formula, right? What is my formula? Annuity into 1 plus r whole to the power n minus 1 whole divided by r into 1 plus r bracket close whole to the power n, right? Now in this case a is known, that is 12,000 is my a, right, into 1 plus 0.015 1.5%, 0.15, right, bracket close. n is 36 minus 1 divided by 1 plus 0.015 to the power 36 minus 1 bracket close. If I solve it, the answer will be 3,32,400, 3,32,400, right? So this much I can borrow today. So if the car price is say 4 lakhs for example, then the remaining amount I have to go for a down payment, and this amount 3,32,400 I can afford now, right? Okay, so this is how I address the problem. The basic rule is same. Once you get the problem, identify it's a present value or future value problem, and then fit it in a timeline and solve it. Now what is the problem? What is the change in formula in case of an annuity due? In case of an annuity due, the formula remains same. Only one thing, the formula will remain same. Only one adjustment you have to do with the usual formula, right? You have to multiply the result with 1 plus r. So my formula, as we have just practiced in the last slide, that formula in case of annuity due, the cash flow occurs at time 0, right? Then you have to adjust the formula with that formula multiplied by 1 plus r. If you have any question, please let me know through this mail ID. I have referred Prashna Chandra's book, 5th edition. So if you have any further study requirement, definitely you should have a requirement for further study, you can refer this book. Thank you.